I had a dream. It was a few months ago. I can't remember the exact date. I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. This dream was so powerful and it was so real that it's something that I can't forget. And I've shared it with a few people because of its meaning, and I know that it's important. And I just keep getting confirmation time and time again of what is to come. And so I really want to share this message. I want to share this dream with everyone, and I really do pray that you will take heed to the words, to the message from the dream. Anyway, so in this dream, I was in a house, and I proceeded to walk out of the house. And as I walked outside, it was like there was chaos everywhere. Like all my surroundings, it was like people running and in a panic. Then it skipped to a part where I was like walking through a store. Like the whole time, I'm calm, and the whole time it's like as if I'm observing, and God was just showing me in the dream the panic and the fear of the people. But it was like there was people running around trying to buy food and buy drinks, and there wasn't much left, and it was like everybody was in a complete panic. It like fear had just completely taken over. And all I could hear in the dream is cling to God, cling to God. And what the Lord showed me about this dream is that there's something that's coming, and what is coming is going to draw a fine line. There's going to be a distinguishment between those who believe and those who don't believe. And his instructions are cling to me, just cling to me. So we are to cling to God, whatever it is that's to come, that in the days to come, we must believe God. We must cling to who He is. We must cling to what we know to be true about God. We must cling to Him and His Word, because it's His Word that's going to remain. Well, what He showed me about the dream is that the people were engulfed in fear. The spirit of fear had taken over, and it was because of fear the people were running. They were running, and they it was like fear was taking them away from God. It's like they couldn't cling to God. They weren't in position to hear from God because they were so afraid. They allowed fear to dictate what they were doing, and it was just pure utter panic. And what the Lord showed me is that what's coming is going to expose disbelief. It's going to expose some things. Like he was showing me that there's people. What he shared with me is that there's people who claim to believe. There's even people who claim to believe, but with what is coming, it is going to expose their disbelief, because fear is going to come in, and it's going to cause division. It's going to be a distinguishment. It's going to be a line drawn between those who believe and those who don't believe. And even those who claim to believe, their disbelief will be exposed, because there will be the spirit of fear will keep them from clinging to God. And so what I want to share with you is that that we must believe only. We must believe only. He has not given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of love, power, and a sound mind. And a sound mind, we have to keep our mind stayed on God. We must cling to Him. We must cling to His Word. We must cling to His Word, because it's His Word that's going to keep us. It's His Word that's going to sustain us. Whatever is going to come, which I don't know the full extent of whatever it is, but what He has showed me is that fear is going to be in the land, and we must stand. We must stand on all that we believe. We must stand by faith, so that we're able to hear, And I want you to be ready. I want you to be ready. So I encourage you to remain prayerful, to be prayerful, and to stay before the Lord, to seek His face, to read His Word, and to be sensitive to the Holy Spirit, because you want to be prepared. And I just pray that you don't allow the spirit of fear. I pray that the spirit of fear, that you will not allow the spirit of fear to take over, but that you will believe only, because any disbelief will be exposed in these days. Any disbelief will be exposed in these days. There will be a fine line. There will be a distinguishment between those who believe and don't believe. So I encourage you to get in this word, to stay prayerful, stay before the Lord, and stop playing. Like, take them seriously, because whatever it is that's coming, God is in control. But there's going to be such a panic in the land. There's going to be such a panic in the land. You don't want to be you don't want to follow the crowd. You don't want to be you don't want to go with the panic. You want to trust God. We must trust God and believe. We must trust God and believe. And that's pretty much it. And I just feel like this is important, because whatever is coming, he's been speaking. I've been hearing the same message, and that dream just really stuck with me. It resonated with me, and whatever's coming, I'm going to be ready. And I bind up that spirit of fear. I rebuke that spirit of fear over my life, and I encourage you to do the same, because it's serious. The battle is real, but God is real too, and he's still on the throne. He's still living, and we just have to believe that He is who He says He is. And a lot of us, we say we believe, but for whatever's to come, we'll actually be able to see, just where we are in our faith. And so I do encourage you to work on your faith, and to believe, and to trust God. Whatever it is that it takes, I pray that you do it, whether it's turning down plates, whether it's spending time with the Lord in the morning. Be sensitive to your Holy Spirit. Allow the Lord to lead you. You want to be obedient. You definitely want to be obedient. And when you're caught up in fear, a lot of the times it's hard to be obedient, because you're moved by the way you feel and by what things look like in the natural. But as believers, we cannot be moved by what things look like in the natural. We must hold on to this word. We must hold on to this word. We must hold on to His word, because He is true, and His word is true. So I encourage you to definitely pray, remain prayerful, watch and pray, watch and pray, watch and pray. That's my word from the Lord. Thank you.